Hello and welcome. In this practical walkthrough, we are going to implement this design, the client part of the reverse connection rack. So let's get started. Go and open your Visual Studio. Click on Create New Project. Select C# Windows Desktop. Select Windows Form App .NET Framework. Click on Next. And select the location as the red projects, and for this project we are going to call it 08-reverse-red-client. Click on the create button, and now take note that we are going to design this user interface. So this user interface has got a few components. It has got the text box number 1, text box number 2, and it also has what they call status strip. I will be explaining to you shortly what is the meaning of all those things. So the first thing we do is we insert text box number 1 over here. So we have to open our toolbox over here and pin it to the side. Click on this pin button so that you will be able to see all your tools. Over here, you can click on Common Controls, look for text box, just double click, or you can drag and drop it here. Either way will do. So now this is called a text box and the name is text box 1. And then for this, we want to set it to be multi-line. So click on the properties here and then go to multi-line, change from false to true, so that we can input so that it will be able to display multi-lines just like in our user interface that we saw just now. And then we also want to add a vertical scroll bar. Look for scroll bars here. You can see here. Then change this to vertical scroll bar so that you will see the scroll bar here at the right hand side. Then you hover your mouse to the bottom right corner, hold it down and drag until it fills up the whole thing like this. So the vertical scroll bar allows you to display multiple lines of text. And if the text fills up the whole screen, you can drag the scroll bar up and down to view the previous text and so on. Next, we are going to set the background color property to black. So go back to your properties and go for background color. Background color is here. Click on this. Under custom, click on the black color here. So now it's black and we want the text display here to be in green. So for that we choose the foreground here, window text, click on it and go to custom, click on this green here, bright green here. So then whatever text display here will be in green. So to test, to make sure that the text displays in green, we can scroll down to the text here and just type in something. Text, for example, hit enter and you will see the word text appears here. So this is how you test, make sure that the color is correct. And then the next thing we want is insert another text box called text box number 2. So for here, we can either double click or drag it in here and release. And this is called text box number 2. So text box number 2 will be somewhere here. We pull it to the right. This is where we will input our commands. Text box 1 is where the response from the server comes back. Text box 2 is where we type in our commands. But we don't want to make text box 2 multi-line. Now the next thing we want is to dock it. So the first text box, we want to dock it to the top. So we click on the text box 1 to select it, and then go to your properties here, scroll up to dock, D-O-C-K. Then click on here and then select the top one, dock. So dock to the top. That means this thing will be pinned to the top of here so that it will not be wrongly aligned when you maximize or minimize or resize. Next thing is this one, the text box 2. We want to dock it to the center. So now you click on text box number 2, go to dock here, make sure you are selected text box 2, go to the dock here, click on this and then select center. So now text box 2 will be aligned just below the text box 1. Then the final object we want to insert is a status strip. So status strip is not under common controls, but it's under menus and toolbars. So you have to expand this, and this is your status strip. So just double click on it and automatically it's inserted down here, status strip. And you can see the name is status strip 1. So status strip is to show the status of the connections, whether it's connected or it's disconnected, and so on. And then we also need to display a label. The label here will show the connection status. So to add a label, we call it toStrip label. We click on this here, and then here select status label. So now you have a toStrip status label. So this is where the text will appear for demonstrating, for showing the user the status of the network connections. Right, the next thing you want to do is to insert a form1 shown event handler. So we click on this and then we scroll down to shown, look for shown. Make sure you click on the form first before you do that. Click on the form first, then make sure the form1 is selected, then only you click on the lightning icon and you scroll down for until you see shown, and then you double click on it. So now it will insert the form1 shown event handler over here. Next thing you want to do is to capture the input from the text box 2. To do that, we can insert an event for this called key down. Key down means when the user presses a key. So normally when the user types something here, after typing, the user will press the enter key. So that enter key will generate a key down event. So we want to insert a key down event handler for text box number 2. So let us select text box number 2 first, and under properties make sure the text box 2 is selected. Click on the events and then scroll down to key down. Scroll up, sorry, to key down. Look, key down is over here. So this, once you find it, just double click and now you've got your key text box 2 key down event handler. The remaining thing to do is now to insert our code. So go and download this file from the resource section for this lecture. We are going to insert all this code here. Okay, so we will do that in the next lecture. So I'll see you then. Thank you for watching.